What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Adro339. You already know what it is, baby. I just finished Tower of the God sometime this week, wasn't it? But yeah, I finally get to watch episode 13, and I was a little bit excited and a little bit disappointed, a little bit. But I'll get into that later on. But yeah. Tower Guy is from Crunchyroll. It's Crunchyroll original, but me, I watch it on Verve most of the time. So yeah, Tower Guy is a 13 episode with a runtime down of 23 minutes of each, and it has a English dub as well. And I listen to it, and it's not that bad so far in my opinion. So go take your pick. I'm not really too judgy on the voice acting with the dub version, but I mostly watch sub. So yeah. And for the about is reach the top and everything will be yours. At the top of the tower exists everything in this world, and all of it can be yours. You can become a god. This is the story of the beginning and the end of Rachel, the girl who climbed the tower so she could see the stars, and Bam, the boy who needed nothing but her. So basically, like, watching the whole entire thing, let me tell you in these short amount of words what this anime is about. Basically, this girl wanted to go see stars, and there's a boy who's a fucking the biggest simp. He simps for this girl that the girl abandoned him to go see the stars. That is the most selfish thing ever. And you know what Bam does? He follows her. He does everything. The man literally risked his life for her, and he still loves her. And what does she do? She did the most selfish thing ever to him. And guess what? He still wants to go to her. That's just like the biggest simp right now I can ever imagine. Besides Mordecai from the regular show, is fucking Bam from Tower of the God. And I made a video on my sex channel because I've been seeing people hating on the Tower of God, because I think it was because there's a lot of cut animation that should be put in the anime. That's the original source material is from webtoons. Webtoons and Crunchyroll collided and everything, and a lot of people didn't like how there were some pages from webtoon that was not animated into the actual animated animation in Crunchyroll. People were upset about that, so I feel like that's a valid opinion to comment on that, or to say about that, even though I think I only used it once just to make that video. But yeah, I can't remember if it was just that there was like a certain episodes that there was some cut animations that did not make it into the final project. So it's like something that you should not do. Like, you really are animating from the original source material. I feel like, in my opinion, there's no reason to cut anything but just to animate what's in all of those pages. But it's whatever. And two, people didn't like the plot of this anime, and that's just fine. People have their own takes of what is a good plot for them, and they didn't like the characters of how they didn't have any growth, any connections or anything. I'll spend a little more about that. And they didn't like the animation, which I really hate people who really say that. Unless we're talking about Seven Deadly Sins Season 3, okay, I can agree on that. That is just the worst animation ever. Even Attack on Titan Season 3 had the best animation ever. Like, I think one of the episodes was when Captain Levi, it was like a close-up of Captain Levi and a rock passing by him. That rock has so much detail than Seven Deadly Sins Season 3's animation as a whole. That's a fact right there. No one cannot comment me about that. But yeah, people were really knocking hard on the animation of this anime. And like, I talked about this before about animation. It's just, it doesn't need to be the best of all time. It should be, uniquely animated, and I really enjoy the animation on this one. That's one of the things I love about Tower of God. I love the animations. It looks like the characters and the environment is being like drawn out and colored with a crayon and colored pencils, even though that sounds completely stupid, but that's what it is to me, and I find that really unique. I feel like this animation does not need to try too hard to compete with, Attack on Titan, Seven Deadly Sins before season 3, Dragon Ball, all those great animes. I feel like it doesn't need to compete on that quality of animation, but it should be unique in its own way and not completely utterly garbage. But yeah, I feel like the animation was just really beautiful. I love some of the fight scenes that they have here. Really great. I love some of the characters, and this is what I was going to talk about. The characters, there was no really, I think, connection with me and any of the characters, in my opinion. I feel like they barely show for some of them. I think, if not, you can correct me, because I watched I'm currently watching other animes besides this one, so I can't remember exactly if any of the characters in this anime shared any personal motivation or goals that can relate to someone in real life. I don't think I've seen any characters that had that type of motivation or goals that they seemed a little bit relatable for us people outside. And I feel like there was no character growth. The only character growth that I ever saw was just Bomb in general, or not a whole lot of character growth of like his attitude or his feelings or anything. Everything stayed the same. It was just him becoming a little bit more powerful and everything. His good boy scout attitude is there. His feelings for Rachel is still there, and his goal has never changed. And I feel really disconnected with Bomb. I love his character, but I didn't like how his whole character is just about this one girl who, Rachel, that was so selfish and just pushed him at the last I'm going to spoil it here. At the last episode, or the 12th episode, she pushes him off this weird little bubble in the ocean or whatever they were in because she wanted to go see the stars. That was just really fucked up, and I was not surprised, man. But I was surprised is when she got up. She faked being disabled to order to be alone with him and to kill him, because there's a lot more about that. But I feel like this anime raises more questions than it does with answers about what the Tower of God is. What does it grant you? How does it work? And like, what does it do? Does it give you powers? Does it grant your wishes? There's a lot more questions than answers that I'm pretty sure that the second season that's gonna come really soon. Don't know the date or anything, but yeah, there's a lot of that, and there were some memorable moments. I think one of them was how this what is it, the weapon that Bomb was given by a lady that was from the Princess Jade, or one of the 13 princesses or whatever, gave him the sword, and how this woman that came out of the sword just helps to grant them power and everything to fight against this creature. I thought that was pretty badass. I liked how in one of the episodes that he can finally control this really water thing. It was great for him that he was finally getting stronger and not getting weak. I like that. I like to see that type of growth, and I also want to see his character growth. He did change a little bit. In the beginning of the episode, you get to see him with like this long hair, and now throughout the whole episode till this point, he has short hair and he has like a band around his neck, and his clothes is a little bit different. But I like to see his character change like a little bit, instead of stop all loving for Rachel. He never thought about the possibility like, oh, does Rachel even love me? That thought never crossed against his mind or anything. But yeah, I love Vrac. He's just my favorite character because he was just so loud and obnoxious, and he's just really desperate to fight everybody. I feel like he's like in Zosuke from Demon Slayer, just a typical like a meathead who doesn't use his head too much. And I have a great time with his character every time he pops up at the screen. I just have like a good smile or a laugh or two when I see his character just pop up on the screen. And when he got smaller, I thought it was cute and more funnier at the same time because he got shrunken down. But yeah, the whole thing from beginning to end, it was like a weird little roller coaster. To seems there's a little bit bumps, and I wanted to see what would happen when they reached the tower, and I'm pretty sure it was not gonna happen in the first season. So I'm pretty sure the second season or the third season, how many seasons they're gonna make, it's gonna show us what the tower looks like and everything. But yeah, there's a lot more I would want to discuss about this, but I'm just gonna keep it a little bit short. I do like the opening. Opening was really great. The animations was really nice, really unique. It was just, I feel like for this anime, I can't see any other animation that could go any other way. I feel like this animation was just perfect in my opinion. The opening song, amazing. I really enjoyed listening to it, and same thing with the ending. I just did not mind it. I was just, listening to it like casually. The ending though, I feel like, it just ended off with like a weird ass cliffhanger. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people are not too happy about it. I'm like a little bit mixed. I'm not happy that it ended off this way, but I'm also happy that Bomb, supposedly he was supposed to die, but he didn't die. Well, duh, it's only the first season, so course it makes sense. But yeah, I'm glad that he's finally like setting his own goals now, and his character started to change in that last 13th episode. You get to see that now. Then he'll find answers about the tower, about Rachel, the stars, and everything. That's really great. He's set his goals aside with Rachel and just focus on getting answers of his own, and his training and everything by that one redhead at the end of it was starting. So I'm pretty sure the second season is going to kick off at least the first episode with Bomb training or something and getting more stronger. I hope for the next season it would just Bomb would change like a little bit, not a whole significant lot, because I still love his caring and his fun loving, good loving attitude. I love that. It's basically like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. Sorry, that's the only anime that brings up for me to mind when I see like a protagonist that's just being like a wholesome homie. But yeah, if I have to rate this anime, I would rate it at, I would probably give this a 7, a 7 out of 10ish, because I did not like how, again, the characters, I didn't have any relationships with any of them. I didn't feel like a strong connection with one of them with their own goals in mind. I felt like, again, like they should animate the original source material instead of cutting it out, even though I feel like there was more questions again in this anime, and I feel like if they animated those cut projects, they would have, I felt like it would have been somewhat of an answer, or if any of those were just fillers. But I can't really comment about that because I didn't go to Webtoon and just read the full material of it. But yeah, I will give Tower of God 7 out of 10. I think it's really good, but it's not bad either. So you could take your pick whether or not you want to watch it or not. If I have to, I would say like I would have you guys watch it, because I feel like now, for people who are gonna hate on it, I feel like now they're gonna realize that it's gonna get better on. I feel like it has a weird rocky little start, but I feel like it's gonna gradually get better with the second season and possibly a third or fourth. But time will tell. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys thinking about it down below in the comment section. If not, that's a-okay with me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sunday39, and I hope you all have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is, and I will see you all lovely, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one. Peace.